Hi, everybody. Hi, Gil.
Hi, everybody. So let's talk today about the Faceless Men. They are this sort of guild of assassins. They're based in the free city of Bravos, where there are many religions.
And many Bravosians.
That's racist. And they have a reputation that if you want to get someone killed, you pay them money, you hire them, they'll get it done. They're the best out there, best in the business.
Yeah.
They're kind of shapeshifters, but it's weird that their body stays the same and they still look like another person. I don't know.
Magic, you know.
Maybe it's not so much like magic, it's just like a very, very good mask. Maybe they're maybe they have very good masks and that's it.
They have the best plastic surgeons, you know. Yeah, but it's magic. Come on, it's magic.
In the books, there are many, many, many servants of this death god.
Yeah, we definitely get the sense in the books that it's like a
An established religion.
established religion and temple with an operation with a lot of
Right.
acolytes.
Right, and they're doing all kinds of stuff, like they supposedly kill Balon Greyjoy,
Yeah.
and this guy Pate in the Citadel that Jack and Agar impersonates to see
Yeah.
what the Macers are doing. Because they're so secretive and because you can never know if someone is really that person or is it a faceless man, so there are all these theories that everybody basically in the show, in the story, is a faceless man and they're all reenacting something. And the people that are not faceless men, they are secret Targaryens. This is basically a story about faceless men and secret Targaryens.
Yeah, and time travelers.
Boom, call it confirmed.
We don't know, there's something we don't know about them, and that's their agenda. And there are a lot of guesses about that.
As an establishment.
As an establishment, either they're like, you know, just guns for hire, you know, assassins for hire, like this,
Right.
I don't know, ninja sect, or they serve some master, or they're part of a bigger scheme.
Right.
Maybe they're like this military arm, sort of Bravos, of the bank,
Like
maybe.
of the bank or the government of
Or
Bravos.
the government of Bravos, so sort of like a, you know,
Right.
Mossad, MI6, CIA, sort of, you know, intelligence. Also, they gather intelligence. And
Right.
they spy and also they kill and stuff like that. And
Right.
as their cover, whatever, you know,
They're religious.
They're religious and they're part of the temple and stuff like that. So it could be either the simplest explanation or the truth.
Okay, so let's look a little bit at the simpler explanation. Okay, so they're a religion, and the two phrases that are most associated with them are Valar Morghulis and Valar Doharis.
Yeah.
All men must die, and all men must serve.
Yeah.
What does that tell you about their religious thinking?
And story-wise, it's a nice twist that he made. Instead of just made them like, you know, from fantasy, we know like these assassin cults and whatever. They serve a god. They're like more of like a religious cult, and
Okay.
with acolytes, they're like monks. You know, you have this
Right.
initiation process.
You have to let go your old life.
Exactly. So it's like Scientology in the Middle Ages or something.
And it's exactly the same because they're also killing people, so...
And the higher you get, the higher you go up the ladder, the more secrets you're exposed to.
And then at the end you realize that it's all bullshit.
Yeah, and if you say something against them, they will sue you. Be careful.
And actually, like their killings are like sacrifices that you offer to the gods. Like someone is suffering, and then they give them the gift
They give
of
them-
death,
Yeah.
because they all serve this god. It's not. I don't want to kill
Yeah.
you. It's this is the religion. It's
Yeah,
the religion.
This is what they say, you know. Do it for faith reasons, so that's okay because they do it for
And you
faith.
can't criticize a religion. You can't.
No,
you
that's,
can't criticize
that's
a religion.
faceless menophobia.
So their headquarters is this temple, the House of White and Black,
That's racist.
the House of Black and White.
That's racist.
So in there they have this one god, but they don't see it as their god. This is a universal God.
Yeah, yeah.
And their truth is a universal truth.
Yeah.
So all the other religions basically serve their God unbeknown to them.
It's the god of death. You know, it has many names, many faces. Some people call him the stranger. Some people call him Justin Bieber.
some maybe he's the Dark Lord, whatever, like the god that goes against the Lord of Light. Whatever. Like, okay, so they see themselves everywhere.
Basically, death is the only truth. Basically, so because it's the only thing that you can say it exists.
For sure,
then that means that Jesus was resurrected from the dead.
Of course. And death is not only the only truth. There's a line in the book behind you here that I like, let the great word spin, that death is like the great democratizer.
Yeah.
Something of that sort. Like, everybody dies, all men must die. If you are the king, if you are lowborn, no matter who you are, you serve this God. So there's something above everyone.
And that's part also from the Bravosi culture, that sort of egalitarian stuff, meritocracy of some sort, there are no like classes that you're born into.
Right.
Bravos is like the land of the free, sort of a religious freedom, So it's well with this cult. Historically, also, not only there's thriving Bravos, there are also hints, maybe, in history that maybe they are actually the founders of Bravos, or part of the founding fathers.
Right, and their religion maybe even goes back to when they were slaves in Valeria.
Yeah.
And because life was suffering, so death was a release from this suffering.
Yeah. According to history, it started with this one guy that just went to the miners there, the slaves, and they begged him for death, and he gave them the gift of death. And then maybe they were part of the escaped slaves and came to Bravos and started.
Right. So basically, maybe there was some kind of rationalization because when they were slaves, their life was horrible. So maybe some of them preferred death over that. And that became a religion, I don't know, to make it acceptable. But now it's been like 400 years. And they're still stuck with this religion, even though life is not so horrible anymore. In day-to-day Bravos, life is not necessarily suffering, so you don't necessarily need this release.
Yeah, but life is always suffering, according to the Buddha. And there's some Buddhist, elements, undertones there, maybe a bastardization of Buddhism, but...
Bizarre Buddhism,
yeah. Give up yourself. The self is an illusion. There's not real you. There's no Atman. There's no soul or whatever.
Right. And in Buddhism, the moment you really realize it in a complete way, then you are released from life.
Yeah.
Here, once you realize that you are really no one,
you get to kill people.
So and release them. So that's like a tweak.
Yeah.
So basically, whatever, potato.
Yeah, and that's similar also to like military training. We both know that when you go to the army, at least in basic training, for you it was a month or something. For me it was like 6 months. They work hard to erase your ego, basically.
Right.
And they tell you, literally, you're no one, you're nothing.
Okay, so besides the religious inspirations, can you think of any real historical inspirations to this cult of assassins?
Yeah, the assassins.
I know, but can you think of any historical inspirations?
Yeah, the assassins.
I know, but can you think of any historical inspirations?
Yeah, the assassins.
I know, but can you think of
this cult of Shia Muslims, I think. I mean, they were Muslims. I think they were Shia.
And they were assassins.
They were assassins, and story goes. I mean, they were like a close group, and they assassinated some caliph and some ministers and stuff like that. They were for hire as well, if I'm not mistaken. And the story goes, like the origin of their name, is because they smoked a lot of hash. They were the hashishins, and later hashishins
was turned to assassin.
Yeah, assassin, which they said that they smoked hash before they went to kill somebody. Which I don't know.
Seems weird. Maybe it was something else. Maybe, but it's a little bit like...
I would like to know what kind of hash is that.
Maybe it's the same kind of hash that the ISIS murderers took before they went on their killing spree in Paris. Also, like they had to numb their senses in order to be able to perform.
This cult thrived, or was on the historical map for around 300 years, the time of the Crusades and the Kingdom of Jerusalem. A lot of the stuff we know about them is from their adversaries, from their detractors, from their haters.
Because they won long term. Right?
So it's shrouded in mystery. You don't even know if the Hashishinin stuff is true, even though it makes sense, I guess. So they thrived for a couple of centuries until the Mongols came and destroyed everything. And also this cult disappeared and was thrown into the dustbin of history.
Okay, so this is a good time for this video's bold prediction. So based on real history, based on the arc of the story, what do you think would happen to the Faceless Men in the conclusion of the story? The assassins are no more.
Yeah, what was. I don't know. It depends on their role. I mean, according to the show, we got the sense that they're like Paper Tiger or something like that.
There's just one guy.
Yeah, and a 12-year-old girl just defeats him, and yeah. So,
or did she?
So yeah, I think that if they play a role, like we suspect they play a role in like the political machinations there and whatever, then they will suffer. And the Mongols, horse people,
Dothraki,
they're on their way to sweep the west. So I don't know. Maybe
I think it's a little bit hard to come up with a real prediction, like based on the story, because we don't yet know what their big tragedy is. Like we know that the Dothraki, they don't want to cross the narrow sea.
Yeah.
So they will cross the narrow sea and their tragedy will somehow happen this way. And we know that Daenerys, all she wants is to be queen of the Seven Kingdoms and sit on the throne that is rightfully hers, so we can suspect that her tragedy will be that she will not get there. But what do they want? So
I don't know.
What could they lose? We don't know.
It also, there's a possibility that they're not that important to the story.
But they're in the citadel. They're right in the thick of things.
A bunch of murderers and psychopaths. And we know at least one acolyte of them, Arya, is a crazy psychopath.
Yes.
At least she acts like that. She enjoys killing.
Right. When she killed Lord Frey, you could see that she had like a murder-gasm.
Yeah, definitely.
You coined it.
Definitely, murder-gasm. And also, you can explain that she had a rough childhood, Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think? If you enjoyed the video, please click like, subscribe to get all our videos. Also, for the entirety of season 7, we're gonna post so many videos. For those of you who really enjoy our videos and want to help us make them long term, there's a link in the description. You can go to patreon.com/GOT Academy and support our work. We work very hard. We promise to make the best videos that we can. So thank you for watching. We'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.